The person that I'm concerned about is the average RuneScape player. How are you doing, everybody? My name is Edamuz, and welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. I've got the socials in the description. Take a look. So, rolling into the video, I am not a huge person on bonds. I don't use them. Personally, I purchased my membership using real-life money. I used to buy bonds when I was a teenager, when they were first released into the game, and so I don't really buy bonds. Okay, however, I do understand that it is a huge part of the RuneScape economy, and it's a huge thing that makes RuneScape accessible to people. If you're a teenager and you don't have a job, and one of the main things you like to do is play RuneScape or play video games in general, and if you're able to earn enough in-game currency to pay for your membership, that's like a huge deal. If you don't get like an allowance, you don't have the time for a job, or you don't have any means of getting actual real-life finances, bonds are a great way to access that. Okay, and that's what I mostly want to focus on today, and how these bond prices with real-life money and the absurd bond prices in actual in-game are going to affect not you, the guy who's watching this video, who can afford probably have billions worth of gold, means to make hundreds of millions worth of gold in a matter of a couple hours. That is not who I'm worried about. The person that I'm worried about when it comes to these bond prices are not the end game players. They are not the people who are tremendous game knowledge, not the merchers, not the freaking bot farmers. The person that I'm concerned about is the average RuneScape player. And according to RuneScape, the average RuneScape player looks a lot like this. They have only 1,000 total level. They have 97 quest points. Like, just look at these stats and tell me what money-making method besides buying bonds with real-life money can this person afford to buy a bond themselves, right? There is not many stats. There's not many things that a player can do with these kind of stats to make a bond purchase in-game with gold. So with bonds approaching 150 mil on the average, so like the GE, the Grand Exchange, can say 140 mil. However, they may not be actively trading for that. If you go on Twitter, you go on Reddit, you look at all these other external spaces, Discord, price checks, all those things, bonds are trading for around 140 to 160 mil for the last 2 or 3 weeks as of recording on June 25th. So those bond prices are pretty absurd in general, and they are going to affect, and they become this extremely hard item to achieve on a regular basis. Myself, I'm worth like 12 billion gold. I make a lot of fucking money all throughout playing this game on a normal basis, but I couldn't afford to buy a bond every 2 weeks if I wanted to, because I don't play RuneScape as a job. Like, the fact that they're just going up month after month after month. Look at this 3-month graph. From 6 months, they went from January 8th at the beginning of the year, 6-month change of doubling in price. Then again, reminder, this is just what the average on the Grand Exchanges. We don't know what the actual trading value is of a bond, okay? And for them to go up just about $1 per currency forever. So like, if for USD, I'm an American, so my money, it'll be going from like $8 to $9 to purchase one bond in game. Dollar in this kind of market, with the inflation of everything up, all sorts of subscriptions going up, it really doesn't impact too badly. But I'm more concerned about the in-game price of bonds, because you're not hurting the 1% super billionaires. You're hurting the average RuneScape player who has frickin' 42 mining, 41 woodcutting, 37 slayer, almost base 40 combat stats, 30 archaeology, like the big skills that make you money making. Those are the low stats that this player has, and there's nothing they're going to be able to do at their tier to be able to achieve 140 mil. I guarantee that these bonds are going to hit 200 mil come around October time. That is when the bond prices peak, because people are trying to buy premier memberships. The premier membership is what allows you to get 1 year's worth of the bonds are going to hit 200 mil by the end of the year. I guarantee it. and possibly even sooner, because at the end of the year, what's announced? The Premier Club. Premier Club is what is used. If you buy them with bonds, you can get a year's worth of membership for in-game currency. And that's usually when bonds peak, because if people want to make all that money, you save about $100 a year. That's a pretty good deal. That's pretty freaking cool. But you know how many bonds you need to get Premier Club? 20. You need 20 freaking bonds. You know what? I can't do math. I had to do the math right here. If your bond is 150 mil right now, and you need 20 of them, that is 3 billion gold that is needed to buy the Premier Club. That is insane amount of GP. It is absolutely ridiculous. And it's just kind of tough. It's tough right now. It's tough right now for people who run off bonds for their memberships. And the only recommendation I can give to you is either if you're happy with the game, pay for it with real money. If you're not happy with the game, you can unsubscribe, which is perfectly valid. It's a price change. If you feel like your value is not being honored, that's okay. Mind you, you get a lot of money. You get a pretty fat value for RuneScape's bonds, for RuneScape membership, because when you're one membership for that one account, you get access to 2 games. Arguably the 2 biggest and best games on the market, RuneScape 3 and Old School RuneScape. If you don't see the value in that from your membership, then it is okay to unsubscribe. You have that ability as a consumer. And I would recommend to you, if you don't feel the value, just unsubscribe and move on. That is okay. If you do see the value, buy your bonds. Buy them with your in-game gold. You can buy them with real-life money, or you can pay for your membership like the old times of when people would buy membership. You know, like since the dawn of MMO. Everybody's always been paying for real-life money. I feel like I get a tremendous value out of RuneScape. So it's not that big of a deal. I don't think it's huge when it comes to the real-life price increase. The worry is that, like, the bond prices are just skyrocketing, and that is what's going to hurt the most. The average player will suffer because of that. They're not going to be able to afford these things, and that's who I care for, and that's a bummer. But that's all I got to say about the bonds. It's you think you still get a great value for $9 a month. $9 for a bond. You get really good value when you pay for your membership with real life money. You get kind of a diminishing value if you are paying with your membership using bonds, because a lot of your time investment now is just going to go into making money for more bonds. And that's kind of a bummer. It makes the game feel like a second job, and I don't think anybody wants that. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. Let me know in the comments if this will impact how you play RuneScape or Old School RuneScape. I would love to hear about it. Follow me on Twitch, where we chat about these things and chat about other games as well. I really appreciate you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Mwah. Kisses. Goodbye.